All right, hey y'all, welcome to the first episode of I don't even know what we're calling this.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't have a name yet until we give it a name.
Doesn't have a name yet. But we're going to be talking about animes and mangas.
Y- Yes, the greatness and the splendor thereof.
All right, I'm Gil and Sean.
Chandre, what's up? Gang,
Yeah.
gang, squad, squad.
All right, so me and Sean were big fans of anime, big fan of Japanese culture, and
Yes.
I love it. So we decided to make a podcast about talking about anime.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So,
So
yeah. How you want to start this off, my guy?
I guess we'll talk about what are we watching. Like we could have a segment where what are we watching this week?
Yeah, that's actually solid. Um, you can run up first. Start off while I move it
Let
again.
me
There you
see
go.
what I'm watching this week. This week I'm catching up on I Don't Want to Get Hurt, so I'll max out my defense. It's literally just a lifestyle anime about a girl who runs into this online game and she, like the title says, she doesn't want to get hurt, so she maxes out her defense.
Where are you even watching this right now?
I have no idea. It's just my wife is like, I respect that. She's like, I respect that you watch anime, but this is stupid. But I just love it. It's like a slice of life anime where it's like this girl is just cute and it's
Slice of life anime is good for the soul. Honestly,
yeah.
always need at least one in rotation to
Yep.
keep you sane.
Oh yeah. So that's what I'm watching this weekend. I've been loving it, man. It's really good.
That's
I
dope.
think we got like eight or nine episodes out right now.
That's not bad. If I get addicted enough, I could run through that and catch up right quick.
Yeah. It's like one of those you just like start and then you're like next episode and just keep going. What about you? What you been watching?
Man, I have been watching. So one actually just watched and finished because they just dropped the third season was Castlevania. Castlevania, that's kind of my joint right now. I don't know if it's far fetched for me to say that might be like one of my favorite, one of my favorite things that Netflix has put out. Yeah. Honestly and truly,
Live action?
Just it's not live action. It's anime.
No, I mean, like,
it's
Netflix put it out like ever.
Yeah, see, that's literally why I'm saying I don't know if it's far fetched to say because I'm trying to like go through my memory banks and see like everything I've watched through like the Netflix originals categories. Yeah. But as far as anime goes, for sure, as something that they produce, I don't even think I'll consider Seven Deadly Sins Netflix produced because that jump began pushed out in Japan prior to even coming here. But Castlevania is solid. Writing's good. The animation is pretty. It's different, but it's pretty cool, especially when it comes to the action. And this weekend, honestly, I'll probably try and get back on cashing up on Black Clover.
Oh yeah,
because I'm literally just trying to get caught up.
Let's see what episode I'm on. I think I'm on like episode 110, whatever they have on there. And I like it because you could just, like I said, sit down, watch it, peek over. Oh, I guess they're doing that now? Okay. It's very predictable. But I like
it. Which I appreciate. I'm always here for like the protagonist, like being the underdog and then finding this greater power within him and one-upping the bad guy.
That's the thing with Shonen Jump. They just do that. They just give you that underdog character and you just fall in love with him. The only shonen that didn't really have an effect on me is Naruto. For some reason. Like I didn't really gravitate towards Naruto. I felt like they was pushing that idea on us a little too heavy.
I get that.
On a swing, he's alone. You know, that same
I feel like
over and over again.
And I don't want to say like I was gonna say like Naruto's almost like a first anime for me, but it's really not. It's really not. It's just one of those that like the memories of diving down the rabbit hole Naruto are still strong with me.
Like I will fight somebody. Like the lore in Naruto, like I know I'm heavy. Like I I actually had a interaction with somebody, and I think I was at a party, and some guy was like talking about Itachi. I forget what the case was, and I said he didn't just do that for this. I forgot what it was, and like, oh, you have no idea what you're talking about. You don't know about an anime. I'm like, I'll have you know, young boy. I was out here in these streets reading manga before you was even reading, man. Like I was reading them. Naruto was one of the first animes where it fell on my lap by accident. Like I was like, yo, this is good. And I just started consuming it and like, I need more. Like I was
Yeah,
downloading Naruto at Dillard High School on a CD-ROM
bruh.
drive, taking it home and then watching it.
Because you had to use those good old high school computers, those
Right.
Macs.
Man. Yeah, I mean, I have good memories with Naruto, but I guess I really fell in love with Shaman King. Shaman King was like one of the first
Shaman
yeah,
King.
it's like one of the first animes where it was just thrown on American TV, and
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "What is this? This is dope. I need to see this more." And they just shut it down, man.
Yeah, Shaman King, I appreciate it. I think that was one of the ones where I actually did reach, like, now I'm going back to my memories. I actually did read like the first issue of Shaman King when it was in Shonen Jump.
Yeah,
That was like my first kind of real introduction to manga, where I bought like the weekly Shonen Jump, and it was like this thick, and it had like
yeah.
7 other different mangas and stories that they're telling all in that. There was that one. It was like Beelzebub, and there was something else. There was like a few things in there. I feel like Naruto was in there somewhere.
Yeah.
But Shaman King was that first issue of Shaman King was like, oh, this is cold. I like this.
So what would you say? So that was your first manga, like the Shonen Jump magazine. So what was your first
Yeah.
individual manga?
First individual manga. Oh, even that. Oh, you know what it is? Gundam.
Really?
The original Gundam with, what is it, RX-78, or like the first Gundam. That was like one of
Did
the
you
first
buy
ones that
that,
I
or did
had.
you just find it somewhere?
That one I actually went out and bought because by that time I was already a big advocate on Gundam.
Yeah.
Gundam is probably one of my favorite series when it comes to anime in general. Just giant robots is always my jam. So I got that because I remember back in the day, you used to have your reading periods,
Yeah.
where it's like, okay, we gotta take like 15 minutes out to read.
Yep.
I'm the one kid busting out the manga.
People are like, what is
I'm
that?
like,
why are you looking that way?
why is it backwards?
Yeah.
It's like, because it's from Japan. You ain't on this yet.
Man, my first manga, I got it because I traded. I forgot what I traded. I gave the guy something. I think I gave him like an FM radio. I gave him like an FM radio, and he gave me GTO, Great Teacher Onizuka.
Great Teacher Onizuka. I feel like I know that one.
It's like this 22-year-old Japanese thug that becomes a teacher, and that was that. And then there was Real Bout High School. So he gave me 3 mangas. He gave me GTO, Real Bout High School, and it was Neo Genesis Evangelion. How you say that?
Yeah, I think it's Evangelion.
Evangelion.
I think it's Evangelion. Is how it's properly pronounced.
Mangas for FM radio, a Sony FM radio.
That's wild.
Middle school trades are so weird. Like, why? What?
Come back home. It's like, where's this? Where's the thing I spent my good hard earned money on?
Yeah. Well, they got destroyed.
Bro, I think that happens with a lot of things.
Yeah.
I actually still like have a few. I have like a few mangas that I haven't even read that have all been gifts to me currently. One of them being Kingdom Hearts.
Really?
And I'm not sure. Yeah, I feel like it's the. Wow, now that I'm thinking about it, I can't think of what it is. I feel like it's like the chain. Yeah, it's Chain of Memories. That's it. It's based off Chain of Memories, and I have 2 or 3 that are all like different stages of Zelda. So like Link's Awakening and like 2 other ones, but it's like Young Link.
Yeah, I didn't know they had mangas.
Yeah, I feel like at this point they made like mangas or like graphic novels more so. of almost everything. Just if you really want to dive into like storylines and lores, beyond what like video games could give you.
Like there are light novels of Naruto that I want to read, but I don't think I have the time to read a book about what the author didn't have time to animate. So they have stories
Yeah.
for Shikamaru, Itachi, Naruto, and Kakashi.
Really?
They're called light novels, and I'm like, oh, do I have time for that? But maybe soon. I don't know. But yeah, man.
Gotcha.
So you saw the My Hero movie.
I definitely saw the My Hero movie, and that, I'm not gonna lie, that thing kind of had me. It was pretty cold. I appreciated it in so many senses of the word. How about you, bro?
The thing is, I appreciated the movie, but I didn't like the movie for some reason. Like,
What?
I didn't like the movie for two reasons. One reason, I felt like it was a lower quality compared to the first movie.
Really?
And then also the people I went with my wife, which is cool, but the audience, it had nothing but like little kids, like 5, 6, 7, 8-year-old kids.
Yo,
so like when
that's
the
happens, worst.
Nobody can react. I can't react because nobody else reacting.
That's the worst. I had that feeling one day, and I went to go see the Lego movie, and we were literally the only ones in there laughing, filled with this room of like parents and their children, and I was like, "Yo, is no one else getting the comedic gold that is happening right now?" But yeah, I feel that, because definitely the experience is enhanced, at least when watching an anime movie. The experience is enhanced when you're with your crew, or you're with a bunch of like-minded individuals that are closer in age. Because the last 3 anime movies I've seen, last 3 or 4 in theaters, have just like it heightened the experience.
And that's the thing with me. Like, I don't like going to movie theaters and then having people interact, except Black Panther. Like, I love the fact that, people were like, hell yeah, shouting. But in other movies, I kind of wanted people to stay quiet. But anime movies, I want the crowd. I want it to be like a party. Like, everybody's just interacting. Like the first My Hero movie, everybody was interacting. Everybody was like, this is dope. This is crazy. This is wild. This one, I guess I went to the wrong theater at the wrong time.
Probably, yo.
Yeah. Did you see the subbed or the dubbed?
So last My Hero movie, I saw it twice. I saw it 2 or 3 times, honestly. But I figured I'd see it twice again this time. So the first time I saw it dubbed. Haven't seen it the second time as yet, and I plan on seeing it sub, but I saw it dubbed just so I can get out the way. The time worked better for the people I was going with. Wasn't too late. Wasn't trying to be out late. So saw it dubbed, and it was okay, but it also made me realize that I forgot what dubbed My Hero sounds like. Aside from Chris Sabat, how do you say his name? Who, the guy that plays All Might?
Yeah, All Might. Yeah,
All Might, because he's like Piccolo and Goku. Is it Vegeta or Goku? Yeah, he's Vegeta.
Yeah,
he's Vegeta. He's like Piccolo, Vegeta. I think he's Piccolo too. So like hearing him that, I was like, oh, that's the guy. But I'm like, yo, I've been watching subbed My Hero this whole time, so this is kind of weird.
Yeah,
Sarani McCoy.
I went to the dub showing because my wife is like, I ain't reading no subs.
Yo,
I'm like, okay. I'm like, all right. It's like, I'm not paying the feed. I'm like, all right, fine. Let's watch the dub. I really wanted to see the sub because I watched the sub, every Saturday.
Yeah.
And it's just different. But she's like, no, let's watch the dub. Let's watch the dub because I ain't got time to be reading. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Yeah.
I feel like that's almost anyone that doesn't watch anime in general.
Yeah.
So even watching just like regular films and it being subbed, people are like, what the hell is this? I remember when I saw Jet Li's Fearless in theaters. Literally the moment that first sub came up and they realized they're not speaking English,
yeah, they're like,
somebody got up and said, hell no, and walked straight out. And I was like, bruh.
But dude, isn't that like ignorant in a way? Because you can't expect English to be the language, man. Like,
It's to a degree, I could agree with that for sure. Yeah.
but then I kind of understand. Like, my friend wanted to see Parasite, and
Yeah.
he's a 50-year-old army veteran. Well, he is, not was. And he's like, yo, that movie looks great. It won all these awards. I'm like, it's subbed, right? He's like, what do you mean? Oh, they got English. It's an American movie. No, it's
No, it's not an American movie, bro.
not an American movie,
It's a
fam.
foreign film.
Foreign film. And he's like, nah, I don't got time for that. I'm like, come on, bro. It's really like one of the best movies I've seen this year is Train to Busan. And that came out, what, 2014?
It came out a while ago. That's on my list, and they're actually coming out with a second part.
And the thing, the barrier to that movie was my wife was like, I am not reading no damn subtitles. And I'm telling her, listen, the reviews on this thing is crazy. And she gave it a shot, and she was like, yo, this was amazing. And then I think like a month or two afterwards, they announced, yo, sequel to this movie. And she's excited. I mean, now I'm telling her, hey, if you liked Train to Busan, if you liked, she's watching this anime with me called, what's the name? The Ancient Magus Bride.
Oh, yeah. I know about that one.
And subbed. I'm like, you like those? You like this story? So Parasite might be up your alley. And she's like, I don't know. Yeah.
Parasite is definitely a film I believe is worth watching. So first off, originally it wasn't what I thought it would be.
You saw
I
it?
saw it.
Okay.
I saw it. Have you? You haven't seen it yet?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
So first of all, it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. Like from the original trailers, I thought it was going to be some type of horror film or suspense, and I was like, oh, this looks lit. But then I read the description, and I was like, this sounds different.
Yeah.
And it's just seeing everything, like the way everything's shot, the colors, and just culture is different worldwide. Like even if you think about the American office to the UK office, it's like the comedy is different, the delivery is different. So whether you understand like how people deliver certain emotions in comparison to the way that we do it over in the West, I feel like sometimes you could just really find a deep appreciation for something being different from what you're used to. And Parasite was definitely that. It was cool. It was cool the way they played it. They played out everything. Even the ending was solid. I liked it.
Wait, ended. Is there a sequel that could be made, or is just a movie?
I feel like it's a one shot. I feel like if they tried to make a sequel, it would be a reach.
Yeah.
But like, watch it because the ending is like the ending. It doesn't necessarily keep you like make you wonder. It does make you kind of think though. It's just like, I wonder how this is all gonna play out. I wonder if this is gonna play out the way that one of the main characters is depicting it in their head. But it's cool, man. I really appreciated Parasite. By the time I finally watched it, because I was bugging people for weeks. Yeah. Like when I first saw the trailer, I was telling people I'm trying to see it. Everyone's like, "What's that?" And then like when it finally was just like winning all these Oscars, I'm like, all right, maybe I can get people on the board now. And people are still just like, I don't know. So I was like, all right, whatever. I'm watching it here. Whoever wants to see it, come see it with me. Rented it, and it was great.
You to put it out there, man. I would have synced it with you, man.
Oh, bro, I'm so sorry, dog. It was like a few people that was around me.
TV now, right? I think it's on TV or like Amazon.
It might be on one of those. I watched it like on demand because like that was like the only place I was seeing it at the time. And it was like a 2-day rental, which that part sucked that it was a 2-day rental. Yeah. And it's supposed to be coming to Hulu, but I don't know when it's coming to Hulu.
Man.
Let me check Hulu right now.
Hulu.
Yeah. Nah. Only thing that comes up is Parasite the Maxim.
Which is a great anime, by the way.
Really great. Top tier anime for sure.
So what movie have you seen recently or TV show you've watched that you think will be good as an anime?
Oh, yo, that's rough. Because I feel like the older I get, I get weirder and weirder with watching anything in general, like shows. Yeah. So it's harder for me to stick with something. It's harder for me to sit down and just focus on the show. So any anime that's legit like 23 episodes, like Gurren Lagann, I'm like, this is my speed.
Yeah.
It's like when I was younger, I'd sit there and I know life 200 episodes, no big deal.
Yeah.
Now I'm just like, I need lower levels of commitment.
Mm-hmm.
It's something I can just like ride through. But bro, what have I been watching? Hold on, I gotta like pull up my phone and like go through everything I've been going back and forth through. Cause there's been things on my list and there hasn't been things on my list. I've been bouncing back and forth with different animes depending on how I was feeling. Um, I watched Castlevania. That's what it was. I finished Castlevania. My girl's watching Sex Education, and I didn't finish that, but from what I saw, it was pretty cool.
And
Um,
that's like a live action, right?
yeah, Sex Education is live action. It's about like basically these kids just learning about sex and stuff like that. Not learning about sex. It's about
Oh,
so the main character is
is it
his parents are
Ender's
like
Game kid, right? Is a kid from Ender's
crap. Is that him?
I'm not sure.
I think so.
There's like a black gay character. They're English, right?
Yeah, they're English.
My wife is watching that show.
So I watched most of the first season, but I let my wife power through like everything because I'm just like I'm not gonna stick with it. You can, bro, just go ahead and do what you want. Um, I don't know if there's anything that I was like you need to be made into an anime as opposed to I watched The Witcher with Henry Cavill,
Yeah.
and I was watching it at work. I shouldn't be watching it at work, but I was watching it at work, and I got lost for a second because I didn't realize what was happening. But everything was like cold. Like the story is pretty decent. It got muddy for me just because like I was breaking it up when I was watching it. But the action is cold and Henry Cavill. I've never played The Witcher, but watching the show made me want to play it.
The game.
Like,
so
and I have so many friends.
So the game, I'm telling you, I'm gonna answer the question about what movie or show I want to be animated, but Witcher the game, dude, there's so many. It's an open world to its T. There's 4 different endings in that game. Witcher
4 different endings.
I think it's 3 or 4.
Yeah.
3 or 4 endings. That game is. My wife was watching me play.
Well.
What was that?
That I accidentally clicked on Full Metal Alchemist, so the intro started playing. That's the one where that makes you cry too.
Oh yeah, man.
That's for another time.
But dude, Witcher, that's a really good show. But it's different from the game. It's from
Is
the
it?
book. Yeah, it's different from the game because it's the story from the book, not the game.
Gotcha.
Fine, but I kind of really wish I would like when I was watching it with Alex.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Oh, this is going to happen," and none of that happened. And I'm like, you know what?
Really?
Let me sit down, put my expectations away. Let me just absorb this as a new content.
Yeah. I got a boy that I don't just randomly like he just recently started picking books back up, and it kind of started around Game of Thrones. So like when Game of Thrones was coming like to a close, he was like, I'm just gonna read the book. So he like powered through the book. Stories of Fire and Ice or whatever it's called, and he was just like, "Yo, it's almost way crazier than watching it because there's like 100 something characters, and the show actually condensed a lot of the characters together." Mm-hmm. So another book he started reading was like he was like, "Oh, I actually like before he played the game The Witcher, he read the book." So like he's kind of just well versed on stuff like in a variety of ways. So like there's never just like one thing that kind of keeps his interest. So it's kind of just here like it was cool to hear different things. Like,
yeah, I'm the same way too. Like if I watch a movie about something, I would reach to see if there's an interview with that person. Like there's a guy named Adam Curry. He is the founder of pretty much the idea of podcasting.
Really?
He was on Joe Rogan, and I was like, let me find out who he is. So he did an interview with Joe Rogan. Then I started reading articles about him and his podcast journey, how him and Steve Jobs worked together to start podcasting on the iPod back in the day. So I do the same thing, but I just look at interviews and try to figure out more about certain situations.
I get that.
Yeah.
I get that.
There's so much, man. But the show that I would want to be anime, and it's not for me, it's for people of the world. Grey's Anatomy. If
Yo,
Grey's
that would
Anatomy was an
be,
anime, that would be an amazing entry point for people to be like, yo, there's anime about hospitals and stuff.
and I think that's the big misconception, that there's so many, like, sports anime
Yeah.
is that joint and stuff. I know it, like, we're not talking about a sports anime, but the fact that there's so many different genres when it comes to anime, it's a really dope part that not everyone gets to understand. I got a homegirl, she will not watch to bounce off what you just said, she will not watch anime or cartoons for the life
Cartoon.
of, yeah, for the life of her. But Erased got turned into like a live action, which I haven't even finished Erased or watched the anime.
Erase is the best. My wife,
I know.
she loves it.
I'm so I got my girl and her, and they were both watching. I think they even passed me. I told you I'm terrible at watching shows.
Yeah.
I think they even passed me with watching it. So, like, it being live action, and I had a lot of friends tell me that the live action on Netflix was actually very close, or if not, like, to the T, as accurate as the anime. So it was just like, that's a story that got to be told that my homegirls watched but never would have watched before, because it was like animated.
Yeah.
Even like Spider-Man, the Enter the Multiverse, whatever it's called, the one with Miles Morales and all the other Spider-Man Noir and stuff like that. Like, we were trying to get her to watch that. She watched that and was like, "Oh, this is great."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Yeah, bro, you just gotta open your mind." And animated movies just have so much freedom.
Man. And that's the thing with a lot of people. They not to rag on people, because this is not what this podcast is about. It's about positivity. But a lot of people tend to put anime or cartoons into a childish bucket. Like, you can't be mature. Like, dude, there's so many animes that are like so deeply rooted in the adult world. Like Psychopaths, which is a show about
Psychopaths,
man, that thing is so deep. Death Note was the first anime that I made my wife watch, because she was like, yo, this is whack, anime is dumb. She watched Death Note, like, I need more. I made her watch Code Geass. I made her watch an anime called Elfen Lied. I don't know if you've ever heard of that.
I'm in the middle of Code Geass. I've never finished Elfen Lied. I never finished Elfen Lied. I was like maybe halfway through it, or a couple episodes in. But those are one of the ones I was just like,
But I just made her watch those story-driven ones, not the lighthearted ones. Then when she saw the lighthearted one, she's like, oh, there are different tiers. There are the ones that are serious. And there's ones that are like, yes, now you get it. So now when I'm watching, she watched Shield Hero with me, and I was telling her, yo, Raftalia,
Shield Hero
is waifu. And she's like, who's Raftalia?
What is
she started watching it with me from the beginning. And then at one point,
dope.
the Japanese the English dub didn't catch up, because they have holidays.
Oh yeah.
Like, let's watch the sub. She's like, oh, I guess. And she was like, yo, this is so dope. When I'm reading it, I actually know what's going on. I'm like, yeah, because you're reading it, you're absorbing it. And that to me was like, man, if I can do that with my wife, somebody who's been just watching live action shows her whole life, not really caring for cartoons besides Disney movies. Imagine if we can like reach out to multiple people, like, yo, check this thing out. Oh, I know, that's Dragon Ball. Like, when I posted the story for the My Hero movie, I had this a follower that I just met. I shot a pilot, and she was on set, and she's like, why are you watching a Dragon Ball Z movie? I'm like, I used to watch that back in the day. That's Dragon Ball Z. I'm like, this is not Dragon Ball Z. This is something totally different. She's like, what is that? And I'm like, I have no time to explain this right now, but Dragon Ball Z. I know, but this Dragon Ball Z though. I'm like, listen, no, it's not.
Sometimes it's really hard to explain just like why, especially as an artist, why I appreciate some things about anime. Like, I'd be sitting there watching just like one of the big scenes going on. Just say like one of the crazy scenes when One for All is like popping off with all the stars shooting around, and everyone's moving fast. And they're just like, all I see is like rainbow vomit all over the screen.
Yeah.
And I'm like, just the animation and the colors itself is just like stimulating my mind. And I appreciate it.
Like, for me, like Shonen Jump, and the thing that I appreciate, I'm pretty sure you appreciate as well, is the fact that it emphasizes friendship and relationship.
Oh
Like
yeah, for
me and my
sure.
wife this morning, we had like a deep talk about anime characters, how all the main protagonists, their dad leaves. And
Really
you
does.
think about it, and then the main character, I mean, most of them are men, grow to find other people who help motivate them, who help build their character. And
Hmm.
that's the thing I was telling her, like, the Japanese culture is all about community, and it's emphasizing all the shonen jumps. Like, look at Asta, in Black Clover. Like, he has nobody, but he has who's a
Yeah.
antagonist, but also a bestie, and he has the Black Bulls. And it just, for me, it's so deep. And then one of the biggest one for me is Gurren Lagann, where you have Kamina, who, when you study him, he literally doubts himself all the time, but he has to like put himself up, because he's like, yo, they're looking at me right now for motivation. I gotta, no time for like sad face. I gotta keep it up. And even on
Gurren Lagann is where I learned to be a man.
yo, ah, don't lie. I mean, my wife watch that thing all the time. I'm like, listen,
Bro.
we watching Gurren Lagann again. I mean, Lord Genome.
Yes. Bro, Gurren Lagann, like, no disrespect, I'm never gonna just like 100% rag on it. One Piece is super long, so for me it's very hard for me to keep up. It's like the number one anime in Japan though, like everybody's on it. And I see certain scenes and I'm just like, I want to hop on you,
Yeah.
but I can't. And it's like, bro, Luffy is still like on the Grand Line, still search for One Piece.
Yeah.
But bro, Simon went to the end of the universe in 25 episodes, 26, 27, whatever it is.
That's what
Like,
I'm saying, man.
hey, bro, it's very possible to like do like a good story and just get that junk out the way. But don't get me wrong, like there's like I'll be on YouTube, like let me just watch some of these fights that y'all got going on, because these things are cold.
Because the thing is, I just will not give myself that time to watch One Piece. Even when it was on Fox Box back in the day,
Jesus.
whatever, I never watched it. I'm like, yo, One Piece is on, skip. I don't got time. Because I knew that it was just going to be like unnecessary and long. I was like, I'll catch it up later. Then I was like, yeah, I don't have no time. Then I started watching Bleach, and Bleach became just like long. And I'm like, I'm watching either Naruto or Bleach. I don't have time for one. I mean, I don't have time for two. I just gave away Bleach. I'll catch it up later. Then it just was like so many spoilers. Not spoilers, but fillers. They had like a whole season of fillers, right? So
Bleach basically had whole arcs where they were fillers, but if you didn't know, then you just think, oh, this is a part of the show.
Yeah.
But nah, bro, they had like maybe one or two whole arcs where it's just like, this ain't a part of the story. What am I watching?
Yeah. Oh, man, there's so many other animes where it's like, it just gives you that motivation to just keep watching. Like Black Clover is that each episode I'm like, yo, next.
Yeah.
Next.
For sure, bro. I can keep, like, once I got there, I just kept like pushing, and I didn't realize that joint was like, it's been out for so long now. Like I remember watching the first episode, I'm like, why is this kid screaming all the time? And then now everyone's like 100th episode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I started Black Clover with the manga, and then I was like, yo, this is interesting. Oh, okay, that's typical trope. Oh, so he guys, okay, cool. I'm in. I'm waiting for the anime. And ever since then I've been on it.
I think that's one thing I gotta do. I gotta introduce myself to more manga, because I always stumble on the anime first, but anime always moves too slow for me.
Yeah.
So then I'm like Demon Slayer made me get back into reading, because I was like, nah, bro, y'all prolonging it. Like everything that they've animated so far, I believe, I'm pretty sure is 100% in the manga and it's part of the story. But I was like, bro, I'm ready to like get more. And first season was great. The animation is beautiful, and I feel like this is one of those animes that it's very stylized, and it almost feels like they brought a lot of their own culture into this one.
Yeah.
Not like they don't do that in other shows, but this one, the way they did it was beautiful. And a lot of people say like that it's whatever, or it's not that great.
It's great. I think it's the greatest one of 2019 when it came out.
Yeah. So once I read the manga, just like even this next arc that they're about to do, the Infinity Train arc, bro, I'm kind of, I think it's interesting that they're doing it as a movie. And if it drops in theaters in the States, I gotta see that because this whole arc is crazy. And the storylines behind the characters, because eventually they break down everybody's storylines from the Hashira, the pillars, to the demon moons. Like they tell everybody's story, and you kind of get a background for why like certain people are the way that they are. And it's great, bro, because they take time on everything.
And I love animes like that when the studio gives them enough time, like Doctor Stone. Doctor
Dr.
Stone
Stone
to
is
me,
another one I gotta finish.
it's like I need the manga simply because if the world is destroyed, I need to have the manga on how to survive. Because they literally teach you how to make a battery, how to make soap, how to make light bulbs out of like scratch and everything. And that having that, and each episode isn't rushed either. Like they'll do 2 or 3 episodes to make a battery generator. Oh, so we're doing the whole 3 episodes on how to get all the pieces. To me, it's interesting.
Or yeah, so I messed around because like I was watching it. Like a friend gave me his Verve account, so I was like, "Oh, we backing into this animes." So Verve VRV is like I think it's an app that Crunchyroll created, I think, or it's powered by Crunchyroll, but it basically pulls anime from like everywhere. So it pulls anime from like Crunchyroll, pulls anime from Hulu, and like a few other sites or apps, and there's like no commercials. And my boy just literally like here, and I was like, "Yo, bless you,
Yeah.
thank you for thank you for being down for the cause." And I've just been like running through everything because I had my boy another homie's Hulu account, but then like I had commercials, so I was like, "Dang, this is really slowing down me powering through these things."
Yeah. I don't. I have Funimation. I just got Funimation maybe a week ago because
Yeah.
I do not want to get hurt, so I mastered my defenses on there, and
Yes.
I got to catch up on that. Then I have Crunchyroll, and I think having those two is unnecessary. But Crunchyroll has some animes that Funimation don't, and Funimation has animes that it's weird,
Facts.
man. I just
Yeah.
hate this whole business thing.
Funny.
Why y'all just be
Yeah.
enemies and get along?
Funimation has like a majority of like the animes and a lot of stuff I want to watch is on Funimation. I thought about it, but I'm pretty sure my wife will kill me
Yeah,
if I get another subscription, dog.
yeah.
And I end up messing around and getting Disney Plus just because I needed the Mandalorian.
So you got it for a
So
year.
I didn't even do the year. Like I'm paying that jump monthly.
Yeah.
I tried to finesse her. I was like, look, babe, if we buy it now, we're only spending X amount of dollars. It's madness to not do this.
Yeah.
And she's like, nah. I was like, okay, all right. I'm
try
the
to
one
keep
that
up
spends
with
the
that.
money.
I'm like, hey, listen, man, you want me downloading all these viruses and animes? Let me get the Funimation.
Bro. And listen, I don't even care for like just like going on websites anymore. That's what everyone does, going on websites and watching stuff. Just because like different things that come with that. Like I like the freedom of an app. I can watch that junk on my phone. I can shoot it to my TV.
Yep.
I can, depending on what it is, I can watch it like on my Switch or something like that, or on my PlayStation. So like there's like a lot of comfort in that because I'm big on just comfort.
And also the website, I think I sent you gogoanime.io.
Yeah.
The thing that I don't like about that website is, let's say because I don't have it open now, but when I do have shoots or have a client coming over for a podcast, they'll look over the monitor and it's nothing but adult like images ads on. I'm like,
Yeah. I
don't pay attention to that. I'm watching
I
anime.
don't get that.
Yeah,
I remember I pulled that up on my Mac once and like legit that was on there and Shantae was like, what's happening? And I was like, bro, I swear it's not what it looks like. It's just a part of the site.
Yeah.
I'm watching wholesome content right now.
In my mind, I don't really see it. I just watch my anime.
Yeah, same.
People come in, they're like, what are you watching? And I'm like, no, this is not what it looks like. I'm just watching anime. And ever since then, I'm like, you know what? Let me just get the Funimation. Let me get the Crunchyroll. That way I can just watch what I need to watch.
Yeah, that's how it is when I'm watching, like when I'm reading my manga too, because it's all in there. A couple years ago, I had an app for reading all my manga, but now like I just be finding that junk online because I'm just like I don't know how else to do this right now. I'm getting old.
I use
Technologies. Manga Zone, is that a website or app?
No, it's an app. That's what
considered
I use.
done.
Let's see if I can text this to you. But yeah, man, this is fun. This is cool. We gotta do this more. I mean, next
Yo,
week.
I'm here for it. Yo, I'm here for it. Completely and utterly, dog.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching, listening, and I guess we're gonna wrap it up. Give them your social medias.
Yo, what are my social medias? So you can follow me on Instagram at Yobby. It's YOBBI_YOBBS. That's on Instagram. At least I think, bro. I'd be paying attention to my social medias. I gotta get better. On Twitter, I'm Yobi1, YOBBIWAN. Simple. Keep it fresh.
I'm everywhere at Shingil, SHINGUIL. Everywhere. Even on your church app.
Yeah.
All right, man. Good chatting with you, bro.
Good chatting with you, bro. Bless.
Right, take it easy.
Woo.